story time of how I was stabbed in the back of my neck, almost lost my life, could have bled out, and could have been paralyzed. She opened the door, the front door, took off running out the front door. And I'm bleeding out, bro. You feel me? I had a shirt on, bro. It's like a sky blue shirt. You feel me? It had cut off sleeves. And I got stabbed in the back, right? The whole back of my shirt, drenched blood. Like the whole shirt, blood. From the back, from the top, all the way to the bottom. And it got to the point to where the front of the shirt started to be drenched in blood. Like, only this part of the shirt was not drenched in blood. Everything else from here down and the whole back from the top to the bottom was blood. Like the whole thing drenched in blood. So I'm like, man, like, you feel me? But I got my adrenaline, bro, and I'm like, dang, she just stabbed me. She just ran up out of here. So I got the knife in my hand, bro. I don't know why I still had the knife in my hand. But at this time, I wasn't the person that I am now. So I could have flashed out. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't flash out. But she run out of the apartment. I'm running behind her. And I'm like, hey, I ain't say nothing, but I'm like, it get to the point where I'm not even running no more, bro. I'm just walking, right? And she running and she screaming like, oh, he trying to do this to me. So we get to the point where people in the apartment's like, oh, no, he tripping. Like, they think I'm trying to harm her. But in fact, like, I'm bleeding. You feel me? Like, and it was a man that was standing outside and a lady, and they was like, no, like, he not trying to do nothing to her. Like, he's bleeding. Like, she stabbed him. And I'm like, dang, like, at least somebody have some sense. You feel me? Because I'm bleeding out, bro. Like the whole back of my shirt and all that is bloody, right? So the thing that's on my mind, I'm like, bro, I'm in Oklahoma. I'm not from here. You know what I'm saying? I'm in her pop's house. So let me would have bled out, or let me would have, when she stabbed me the first time, me not would have grabbed that knife and she stabbed me over and over and over and over and over. You know what I'm saying? And unalived me or something like that. Like, they would have covered it up. Said it was self-defense and this and that, or, you know, they would have covered it up and they would have got away with it. You feel me? But nah, when she left, when I grabbed that knife, she took out running. I went outside behind her, and it got to the point to where she trying to run to the front office, telling them that I'm trying to harm her and all this stuff, like making a big old scene. And I'm like, bro, you just stabbed me. You feel me? So we get to the point, I'm like, all right, man, whatever. So I'm walking the other way, and as I'm walking the other way, I ain't call the cops or nobody, you feel me? As I'm walking the other way, I end up like getting real lightheaded, you feel me? Because I'm losing a lot of blood, bro. Like, I'm losing a lot of blood. I end up getting real lightheaded. And as I'm getting lightheaded, I just noticed, like, I was getting real weak. And I dropped. While I was walking, I ended up dropping, like, to the ground, you feel me? And, like, I just laid down. Cause, like, I couldn't go no more, you feel me? So I just laid down. And when I laid down, I ended up dropping the knife, like, in the grass. Right when I ended up dropping down, I don't know how long I was on the ground, but, like, the paramedics pull up, bro, and they walking up on me. And they end up getting me up off the ground. I don't know how they got me up off the ground, but they end up getting me up off the ground, and they put me in the back of the paramedics, what's the name? And I guess they had the sirens over on, and they took me to the hospital. So I'm in and out of consciousness. You feel me? Like, I know I'm there, but it's like I'm in and out. You feel me? It's like I'm going out, but I before I go all the way out, like I come back. You feel me? And when I'm in the back of the paramedics, like my chest started to tighten up. You feel me? And I was going in, I'm not gonna say, I don't know if it's called not hyperventilation or not a panic attack, but I don't know what it's called. When your chest started to, like, cave in, it started to tighten up, you know what I'm saying? Cardiac arrest. I started to go into cardiac arrest, bro. And they was telling me, like, you gotta calm, you gotta slow your breathing down, you gotta like, do something. And I'm just in my mind, and I'm looking, bro, and I'm like, man, like, because when you in the back of that paramedic truck, you feel me, you see it on movies and stuff like that, but when you in the back of there and you bleeding out, and, you know what I'm saying, and your chest getting tight, like, it feel like, man, it's it, you know? So I'm in the back of the paramedic truck, and They telling me like you gotta slow your breathing down, you gotta calm down, like you gotta, you know. I'm telling them like, hey, my chest getting tight, like, you know what I'm saying. They telling me like, you gonna go into cardiac arrest if you don't slow your breathing down. So I'm trying to, you know, like, be calm, you feel me. I'm not in no panic, you feel me, to where I'm screaming and I'm not saying nothing. Like, I'm laying on this bed, I'm not saying nothing, bro. But they telling me like, you gotta slow your breathing down, you gotta, you know. And I'm not knowing what they mean, because I'm feeling like I'm not doing nothing, you feel me. So they end up putting the IV in my arm and stuff like that, and they end up getting me to the hospital, right? I guess my breathing ended up getting under control because my chest, like, it untightened and it started, you know, to where I could actually breathe again. You feel me? And they end up getting me to the hospital, right? I get to the hospital and they tell me that the wound, like the stab wound, they docked it on it, you know, they cleaned it out, all of that, and they was letting me know, like, if it would have been an inch to the left or an inch to the right, that I could have been, like, paralyzed, you feel me? If it hit me in that spot and went deep enough, I could have been paralyzed. There was a chance I could have been paralyzed. But they was like, it didn't hit nowhere serious, you know. It basically was just me bleeding out. That was the bad part. You feel me? Because it barely missed my spine. So that was God. You know, and every time I be thinking about that, I'm like, man, look at God. Because what are the odds that just barely an inch, like not even really an inch, like barely, bro, missed my spine. Like, it could have hit my spine, but it didn't. It just missed it. So I'm like, man, like God is good. So they told me that. I'm like, man, I'm just thinking like, man, I could have been paralyzed. Like, that's wild. So I'm like, all right. So they fixing me up and stuff like that. The shirt that I had on, they ended up tearing that shirt off for me. And they was like, well, this shirt is done. Like, it was completely covered in blood. Like, to where if I would have went like this, like, blood would have came out of that shirt. Like, when you put a shirt in the pool or some water and you take it out and it be heavy, like, that's how that shirt was, bro. I lost so much blood, bro, to where they was like, man, we gonna throw this shirt away. Like, this shirt is done. And I'm just like, man, like, and I can't get my mind off of, like, bro, she really stabbed me. Like, she really stabbed me, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody can be right there close to you, you feel me? You would never think that they'll do something like that, you feel me? But the whole time, they'll do something like that, you feel me? And she ended up stabbing me, right? So I'm in the hospital. They bring the police by, all that. They like, oh, do you want to press charges? Do you want to do this? I say, nah, I don't want to press charges, bro. You feel me? I'm just like, I ain't even tripping, you feel me? I'm just trying to get back to Houston, bro. I'm trying to get from away from there and get back to Houston. And she ended up calling me, telling me, oh, I come pick you up from the hospital and stuff like that. And I'm in my mind like, yeah, come pick me up. And at this time, I'm tripping, bro. I'm like, you try to stab me, like, you try to take me out. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm really tripping in my mind, in my head, you know? But I'm like, yeah, come pick me up. It's good. And she ended up coming to pick me up, right? And I go back to her pop's house. And I'm on some stuff like, mind you, she ain't do no jail time. No charges was pressed against her. No, like, she ain't have to go to court. None of that. You feel me? I told him, like, nah, I don't want to press charges. None of that. I'm telling him, like, man, I don't even know. I don't know what happened. Nothing. So she never had to do nothing for that. You feel me? Like, but she tried to take my life, and I still ain't ruined hers. You feel me? So she ended up coming pick me up. We went back to her pop's house. I'm like, man, I got to get all my stuff and stuff like that. And while we was up in there, I don't know what happened, but we ended up getting into like an altercation, bro. And I'm on some stuff like, nah, like, you didn't stab me once before, so I don't trust you. You know what I'm saying? So she ended up doing something, and I end up, like, I ain't gonna say I put my hands on her, but I end up, like, I wanted to do her bad. I ain't gonna lie to you, you know. But I end up, like, when she was doing all that she was doing, I end up, like, pinning her on the ground, and, like, I was mad, so I'm like yelling, but I ain't, like, beat on her or nothing like that. I just had her on the ground. I was telling her like, and she knew I wasn't playing because I never did nothing like that to her. And after that, I'm like, bro, I need to leave, bro, for I end up doing something to you. You know, so I end up getting all my stuff, bro, and I end up leaving. I end up walking down this sidewalk. I don't even know where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? We in Oklahoma. I'm not from there. So I end up getting all my stuff, walking out of this place, and I'm walking down the street, and I end up running across this man, right? And I run across this man, and him and his family, they had this van, and they was like, hey, you good? You know, everybody else riding by me. And it was a Caucasian man, and him and his family, they see me, and they offer me a ride, like, hey, where you need to go, you know? And I was like, man, I'm just trying to get to a shelter or somewhere until I can get a bus ticket so I can leave and get back to Houston. And they was like, all right, cool. So they gonna take me to this shelter, right? And I get to the shelter, and the shelter was like, oh, because I had a couple bags, you know what I'm saying? And I had my clothes and stuff. They was like, oh, nah, if you coming in here, you can only have one bag. Everything else, you gonna have to leave it, or you gonna have to throw it away. I'm like, one bag? Like, this is all the stuff I got left to my name. Like, I'm like, nah. So I say, man, he was like, you know what? I'll just take you by my house. You can use the phone and stuff like that and figure out what you're gonna do. And I was telling him, like, I gotta go to work and stuff like that too. So, man, they end up dropping me off to work, picking me back up. Ain't want no gas money, nothing like that. It was a man, he had a wife, and they had like 3 or 4 kids, you feel me? And I'm in at their apartment, and they cooking, the kids playing, you feel me? And they was just real nice, real genuine, you feel me? That's God. Like, God be looking out for us. No matter where we at, no matter where we go in the world, God is gonna send angels. God is gonna send, you know, other believers, other, you know, his children to help out us when we are in need, when we are in trouble, when we are, you know, in a bad way. And he drove me to work. He came back, picked me up, you know. At first I'm like, man, what? Like, I ain't feel comfortable. But then it's like my guard started letting down. I'm like, man, they actually genuine people. Like, it's nobody but God. You feel me? Like, and it seemed like, I don't know if any of y'all don't know the other story that I told, but it was a man that I had met, and it seemed like him, but just in another body, bro. He used to sit on the floor. He had furniture, but he used to sit on the floor, crisscross applesauce. And this man used to sit the same way on the floor, crisscross applesauce, playing with his kids. And I'm like, man, what? And he used to sit with his back the same way, almost like it's wings under his skin, bro. And I'm like, all right, cool. I ended up getting in contact with some of my family. My stepdad ended up, you know, getting in contact with one of my sisters or something like that. They ended up going half on the ticket. They ended up paying for my ticket. I had to go up to the bus station, end up getting the ticket. The dude, the man, he ended up picking me up from work. Took me like 2-3 days, took me back and forth to work. I'm staying over there. Boom, I ended up being able to get the ticket. I go to the bus station, to the Greyhound, to leave. And this man gave me his number and stuff like that. And I left. Took me like a day and a half, 2 days to make it back, you feel me? For like a month or 2 months, even after the fact, when I got stabbed, my wound used to still bleed, like ever so often it'd start bleeding. And then when it healed up to where it wasn't an open wound no more, it used to feel like it was bleeding on the inside, like, you know what I'm saying? And that was for a minute, for a while. And it used to, I don't know if it did nerve damage or what it did, but something just wasn't right with like this area and some of the other parts of my body just off of getting stabbed where I got stabbed at. And I ended up making it back. Boom, when I make it back to Houston, she texted me again, like she wrote me on Twitter and was like, sorry, I'm sorry about what happened. She say that I don't know why, what she said, I can't remember specifically, but she said that she was gonna take my life and then take her own life. On some stuff like, if I can't have you, nobody else can. If you're not gonna be with me, you're not gonna be with nobody. And I'm in my mind like, what? And she started telling me like, oh man, hey, remember how she got me the first time? Like at that time I was only like 19, 20. And I told her I didn't want to mess with her. And she said, oh, I'm pregnant, you know? And I told y'all, like, I want a family, you feel me? So I'm like, oh, man, you feel me? All that went out of my mind. I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Cool. So she ended up telling me, I'm pregnant after she stabbed me. And I left, went back to Houston. I'm pregnant, like, you're not going to be there for your child. You just going to leave your child. I say, man, I say, if you is pregnant, I'm going to take care of my child. You know what I'm saying? But I say, nah, I don't want nothing to do with you. You feel me? Like, nah, like, you got me like that the last time. Like, you ain't gonna get me like that this time. And she's like, but I'm pregnant and stuff like this. Like, you gonna just leave me? Like I need you right now. I'm like, nah, bro. Nah. So after I wasn't falling for that, she started, you know, DM me, talking crazy and stuff like that. Try to get her sister to DM me, you know, to tell you like, oh man, you tripping. Like, you need to take care of your child, your responsibility. And in all reality, I still don't believe that she was pregnant, bro. But, hey, that's story time about how I was stabbed, you know, and almost lost my life, almost bled out, and was almost paralyzed. And I'm going to show y'all the wound before I end the video.